Previously on Survivor Michigan. After joining Kevin and Bailey to blindside Daniel, Nick made sure to bring Mallory into his alliance with Mike.
Help with that, and I wanted to talk to you about it today.
At the first challenge, Lucy introduced herself by saying she was in Sigma Kappa, or as Maggie likes to call it, Scrappa.
I'm in a sorority. Bitch, no!
The Bunny Alliance of Bree, Sam, Sarah X, Sarah A, and Jack concocted a plan to split the votes on Maggie and Jeremy.
And then that way, if an idol gets played, probably by Jeremy, Maggie would get voted out.
At first, Maggie agreed to vote out Jeremy.
We were kind of like, should we just get rid of Jeremy?
Holy shit!
But after she went rogue and told Jeremy he was on the chopping block, absolute chaos ensued.
Like, what does she gain by just working with Jeremy?
I don't know. I think she has a crush on him, honestly. I don't know.
Bree called me, and Bree told me, hey, you're on the chopping block. Like, the only way that you'll not get voted out tomorrow is if you can convince Maggie to vote for me, for Bree.
I'm freaking out all of a sudden.
I figured I could, seduce her, maybe, pillow talk,
I feel bad voting for Jeremy.
With only minutes to go until Tribal Council, Jack decided to tell Maggie about the split vote. In the end, Maggie's idol sent Jeremy packing, ending their showmance and ending his game. 15 remain, who will be voted out tonight.
So I said the whole week that Jeremy was gonna be out, right? But a couple minutes before Tribal, people in my Bunny Alliance were like, we have to actually get Maggie out because she'll be more pissed if she finds out that people voted for her.
Okay, we just got out of Tribal Council.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
As you know, I really wanted Maggie out, obviously. Didn't happen.
I really wanted Maggie out too.
There's no reason Jeremy should have went home. I felt awful. He almost didn't.
I don't think Jeremy should have gone home. I'm kind of upset with that.
Maggie,
because Maggie's just so mad at us now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
She's like, let's all come together. I'm like, bitch, I want you out tomorrow.
I talked with Jeremy before, and he was like, I'd be indebted to you if you kept me in. And I was like, all right, this could be a good thing, I guess. So if the bunny wants it, and if Jeremy's willing to work with me, even though he was scrambling and whatever, so he was probably saying things, but he would be indebted, then I was like, I'm fine if we keep Jeremy. And so I was all ready to just go along with the split and then revote Maggie.
What happened was Abby got confused, I think, and panicked, and then she told Maggie about the split. If Maggie didn't know about the split, she probably would have felt safe.
Maggie pulls out the idol, which she did not tell me about, although Jack said she told him about it a couple minutes before Tribal, so maybe I think she trusts him the most right now.
I really did not want to have to play my hand with Maggie.
This is what tequila will do to you, folks.
But right before the vote happened, I just kind of, at gut instinct, I decided to save her. So I texted her, you need to play the idol. We went and had a really quick 30-second chat.
It's good that I voted Jeremy because I can just be I thought we were voting Jeremy that whole time.
I really wish that we didn't have to play the idol this week. I wish that Maggie would have been able to keep it longer. And I could have used it, or we could have used it in a merge or in a swap, but we had to do it.
Well, the idol was flushed out, so now we know that Maggie had it and it's gone now. A threat was taken out, Jeremy was gone. The Bunny Alliance stayed true to their split votes, so yeah, I think it went well.
Here I am at the Blue Leprechaun on Sunday, having a shot to Ohana. This is gonna be a pretty interesting week, so hang tight.
disappointing that I didn't get to see what happened. I heard it was a wild tribal. Some guy was panicking because he heard the gist that he was gonna get voted off and was trying to like inspire and like find his way to like save himself.
For me, last week was pretty calm. I met up with Sarah X at one point, and she told me how they were splitting the votes on Jeremy and Maggie. They thought Jeremy had the idol, so it's interesting that Maggie had it and played it, causing Jeremy to go home.
And then on, what is it, Friday? Friday was when both Cerulean tribe decided to go out to Charlie's at 5 o'clock. It was a good time, got to know people better. Mallory was just like, yeah, I had no idea how to play the game, so.
Hey Survivor, so this is really, really weird filming myself alone talking about this game, but you know, this is what the producers want, so that's what they're gonna get.
That was interesting.
I think giving Kevin info now has built a little bit of trust, but I know he is one to work his players. Basically, how he's leading is completely different than how I am.
I think like Sarah has done a good job of strategizing.
I've built this family of Ohana, and we all work together and we're for each other. Kevin, on the other hand, is basically running the entire show. He has his minions working for him in order to better himself in the game.
She made it so like in the case of like split votes or an immunity idol was being played, the votes were played into her favor, and like one person she really wanted out either way was going to leave.
And I feel like he's kind of taken advantage of me for that in some ways, with like information and stuff like that, but
I am suspicious of like, I don't know what the red team is doing.
he's also shared his tribe stuff, so I feel like we're kind of on an even playing field. But yeah, he's definitely running the show over there and using his players to get himself farther.
I kind of called this meeting because I feel like there's a lot of questions that people would have about what's gone this past week. So, ask anything and I can try to explain what sort of happened. If you have questions.
I feel like you would have had more questions.
Yeah, like
if you had a question.
I don't have any questions. I guess I'm curious why I was the person that was targeted against Jeremy.
I think because I see you as a strong player, and I figured like you're not secretly, but like very low key, strategic in this game. We see you as a strong player, and it wasn't like, it's not like I don't like you thing, it's just a game. Like we need someone to go against Jeremy.
Unless I decide to tell anyone, which I won't, no one will ever know I was the one that told Jeremy about this split.
Guys,
Bailey is Bailey. I hate
can we start calling her scrap? Let's start. Can we just start calling her scrap?
Lucy's the red.
Play mind games and start calling her scrap.
Because didn't she say, like, don't call me scrap?
She's like, yeah, and she was like, my fun fact about myself is I'm in Sigma Kappa. I was like,
okay. I think right now my head is in the game. I am ready to win Survivor.
it's so great to like identify like the most interesting thing about you is that you're in a group. You know?
Lucy seems like she'll be doing well. Nick won't be coming to the challenge because he has ballroom, which is okay.
Alright, so Cooper sent out a message saying that we're supposed to rank our tribe mates from strongest to weakest. And I don't know, I don't really care what the ranking is.
Yeah, we can talk about orders.
Oh yeah, so
Jack and Sam.
I know which one.
I think Jack's probably stronger. Like
I don't
Sam's
know
taller,
though.
but I don't know.
Sam's taller.
I feel like Sam probably.
I think Jack is stronger.
Should we let them figure that out?
Yeah,
maybe ask.
Sam said he was swole. Not like insulted.
And then we laughed at that. Someone gave it a thumbs down, and I laughed so hard. Did he say that?
I think all the girls got together. Sarah, Avery, and the other girls were like, "Oh, we'll do it." I'm like, "Okay, fine. I don't care."
Sorry, Sam. You're not swole.
You know, Sarah Avery's mom, so I guess it's like at the family gathering when your mom and all the aunts are all
Oh, which one of the young lads is the most handsomest and strongest of them all? Let's rank them. Probably like that.
I'm a weakling.
I think my legs are strong. My legs are very strong by my.
Alright, so the girls just kind of ranked everyone by strength in our little meeting. And like they decided to rank me last. Like, okay, I was like, it's fine. I mean, obviously I wasn't like insulted in person, and I was like, I mean, I'm not insulted, but like, they think that I can't beat Sarah A in a wrestle. You think I can't tackle Sarah A in a match? I don't think so. Like, look at these guns right here. I could take on a bitch, okay?
Should have calmed it last night. I'm so sorry.
I used to work in a salon, and like I'm feeling good, channeling my inner Aussie.
I'm feeling great, you know? I'm also channeling a little bit of Aussie, but I'm like, we're gonna crush it. I got so much faith in this team, and it's been a good day so far, so I hope we just go out and try our hardest, and our hardest is good enough today.
Thanks, Mom.
I feel like I should feel more of my professional responsibility when we're walking to the bus from North Campus. This is my friend Hannah. Hi. She's not coming to the competition.
Feeling pretty excited. Not really sure what we're doing, but I'm ready to throw out some punches.
Ohana means family. The family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten.
But something's rotten. That is cerulean. I mean, what rhymes with cerulean?
Nothing. My survivor thing. Here I am, waiting at the bus stop with my friends.
Tailing.
Yeah, it's snowing, so I hope the competition is inside today because I kind of forgot gloves. Oh, that's gonna suck. What else? Ask me like, what questions about Survivor and I'll answer them.
Do you know what you're doing today?
No, they don't tell us what we're doing.
It's okay.
I can't wait to
I'm just too fired up. I can't
yank a
stay
bitch.
still.
I feel like I'm gonna go out there. Oh, I'm
What are we gonna
I'll
do?
fucking kill them.
What was that?
Did you get that? You
What?
just crushed the can.
Where's Sarah?
Cerulean, it's Cerulean.
This is cerulean. It's blue like cerulean.
Cerulean sucks.
Oh, Lucy! The buses are really bad today. And it just took way longer than I thought.
What the fuck is happening over there?
Come on in, guys.
Ohana! 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 Ohana!
Alright, Cerulean getting your first look at the new Ohana tribe. Jeremy voted out at the last tribal council. First things first, Kevin, I will need that back.
Hi, Connie.
Thank you. Alright, immunity is back up for grabs. For today's challenge, we have Steal the Bacon, for those of you who know what that is. For those who don't, it's going to be a 1v1 matchup. We will have Ohana starting over there, Cerulean starting over there, and one at a time, I will say go. You guys will race towards the bike tire in the middle. First team to get the bike tire back across their side wins a point for their tribe. First tribe to 6 points wins the challenge. The only rules are no biting, no scratching, no choking, no hair pulling, and no blows to any private parts. Other than that, anything goes for the challenge. You guys have already ranked yourselves 1 through 7. I'll give you a minute to strategize, and we'll get started. First matchup, we have 7, Bailey and Sarah X. X gonna give it to you! Go!
Go, Sarah!
You got this, Sarah!
Yes! Pull her! Oh, now you're both on the ground. Yes, Sarah! Yes, Sarah!
Oh shit.
We're now setting a 2-minute timer. At the end of 2 minutes, whichever side the tire is on wins the point. Drivers ready? Go!
Four.
3, 2, 1. Point! Woo! There we go! Yeah, Bree! Survivors ready?
Yeah, fuck you, Ohana. Yeah, that worked out really well, didn't it? I bet you're so proud you wore that now.
We'll see. I had to fight a boy. Didn't see any of you doing that.
Alright. Score is
Lost.
3.
Who the fuck cares?
Next up we have the ones. We have Mike and Sam.
Oh shit.
My bike's down my job!
Yes, Sam!
This is interesting.
Go! Go! You got it! Go! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Whoa! Kid arrested. Next up, we got some 2v2s. It is 4 points Ohana, 3 points Cerulean. We have Jack and Sam versus Chidi and Mike.
Oh my god.
Point, Ohana!
He's one more point.
Alright, next up we have Maggie and Sarah X versus AJ and Bailey. Go!
Ankle out of there. Let her ankle out of there. Let her ankle out of there real quick.
10 seconds, 10 seconds. Three, two, 1.
Time! Ohana wins!
Hey, at least we don't sleep with people on our tribe. And then get them voted off. That'll work out real well for you, won't it?
I'm voting someone off.
We won!
It's activating my asthma.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. If there was someone hot enough on your team to fuck, you would have to.
Oh! Yeah, because Jeremy was such a catch. Good for you.
Alright. Congratulations, Ohana. Come grab tribal immunity.
I think you should get that.
I think you should.
Yeah.
We're gonna rename her. Jeremy.
Alright, and that means Cerulean, I will see you later this week at Tribal Council. That's all I got for you. Grab your stuff. Head on out.
Ohana!
Ohana! Ohana!
Ohana won that last challenge, challenge number 4.
I think that for this challenge, the emotional part of it was worse than the physical part of it. Like, I literally like broke a finger and I still think the emotional part was worse.
I am so sad. That challenge, that sounded so fun.
I think that the tensions and the rivalry between both tribes are so high that when we got put in such a high contact physical challenge, everything just kind of exploded and everybody was willing to do whatever it took to win that challenge.
And honestly, I didn't think we would be very good at that challenge because we're not like a super, I don't know, like buff bunch.
I definitely think there are lines crossed, at least with me. Most of Cerulean tribe is very good at putting their feelings aside to just get through the game and not letting what Ohana says rattle them, but I don't like to take shit from people, especially people that I find to be really like rude and like not worth my respect. So I definitely think Maggie crossed like way too many lines.
God damn it. Bailey yelling at Maggie to saying shit like, at least I don't sleep with my tribe members and then vote them off. What?
I still stand by what I've been saying like the whole time. Like, I was acting out of defense for my tribe.
What?
I'm not gonna take people's shit, and that's just how it is.
How? Oh, Maggie walking in with her shirt saying, fuck you, Cerulean? Damn. Oh my god.
I know that Maggie was trying to play innocent afterwards and say like, oh, I was just, you know, saying all of that because Bailey said some things that like made me upset, and it's like, I think it's ridiculous. Like, as soon as you walked into the challenge with fuck you Cerulean written on your stomach, like, you can't all of a sudden pretend that you're innocent. That in itself is starting shit. Like,
Maggie, I believe, I didn't really like how she wrote on her chest FU Cerulean and how just her whole demeanor and how
Pretty crazy the amount of trash talk I thought that was going on, and
I don't know what she thought she was gonna gain from acting like that during the challenge, because at this point, like, she already had to play her idol.
the explicit tattoo that Maggie rocked.
During the last tribal, so that kind of just shows where she's at with her own tribe. She's offended too many people on Cerulean for her to stick around long after the merge, and if she somehow makes it to the final, I think that the majority of people would vote for anybody but her, so I don't see how it's possible for her to really like win this at this point.
honestly, she was taking it a little too far, and I think she knew she was doing things that she wasn't supposed to do and did them anyway, which is why I didn't appreciate that.
I bit someone's leg today.
I do feel like they played dirty, but there wasn't much that we could do for our team.
But we won the challenge, so there's that. Yeah, just gonna wash my sins off now.
I just hope that like people don't think of it as like me like stooping to their level. I hope people just see like they were just like shitting on our tribe so much, and like I knew nobody else was gonna say something, so I was like I don't take people's shit like that, especially not from people like Maggie. So I was like, I'll stick up for our whole tribe even if it is at my expense. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's like my take on the drama was Maggie came up to us, you know, in her crop top with the "fuck you Cerulean" written on her stomach,
And I get like, you know, like little banter and stuff. I think it's so fun, like competition and everything. So I get like, but it was always like friendly, like haha, like boo Cerulean and all that. I don't know, I just felt like Maggie's message was a little like too personal with the like fuck you Cerulean, like, you know, could have just been like fuck Cerulean. So I think it just wasn't the best move because I feel like we're about to switch teams. And then as soon as she gets placed on anyone's team that was in Cerulean, she's gonna get voted out really quickly. Because I know if I'm on a team with her, I'm just gonna vote her every single competition until she gets out. So, yeah.
Cooper sent us a message earlier saying that tribal would be about 45 minutes long and that something could happen afterwards. Could be a tribe swap, could be a reward. I don't really know why they would be rewarding us at tribal, but yeah, this is why they're in charge and we're not, I guess.
I feel like I have a decent relationship with everyone on my tribe. Sounds like Sarah X has a pretty decent relationship with people on her tribe, so if there's any way that we could actually get on the same tribe, I think we'd be in a really good spot.
I'm personally really feeling a tribe swap. I think especially after the drama this week, I think you guys just really put a good time for a team swap.
I think if they can put like Bailey and Maggie on the same tribe and see how that boils up, I think that they will love to do that because that's just gonna be good TV.
Well, because I feel like the way I play after tribal swap really depends on who's on the team, like 100%. Like, if it's majority Ohana, majority Cerulean, if it's like Maggie or Sarah, or like it really depends on the individuals on the team.
Yeah. If we're going off, so like if I'm in a minority of Cerulean, I will reach out to those if they're in a majority together.
If you're in the minority of Cerulean?
If I'm in the minority of Cerulean, I'll reach out to those red 5 people.
Okay.
And you can do the same for, I know you hate her guts, Bailey. I know, it hurts. She doesn't like the idea of working with your Maggie either.
I don't. Okay.
But like, keep that in mind.
Okay.
But I mean, it's up to you. But people who are really good are Mike, Nick. That's about it.
Mallory, no.
Cheaty's with Bailey. Mallory doesn't know how to play the game.
Having like that relationship with a person like her, and we're both leaders of each tribe, you know, it's just like the sharing of information is just beneficial for now because I get to understand what's going on. I get to use that to my advantage.
You know what would be like a nice twist? Like if it turned into a draft.
No, I was thinking about that, but my concern with that is
you would just draft the same teams.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking, especially because the divisions are so strong. I think that like the producer's best bet for causing drama is to make it random.
Yeah. They could do random, or like they can do like, oh, you have to go like opposite sex after each one, because there's unequal sexes right now.
That's true, yeah.
And just pray like, again, it's gonna be 7v7. Pray that like you're on the side where like Ohana's majority.
Yeah. Yeah, same with you. Like, hopefully you're on the side with Cerulean majority.
Yeah, namely, Bailey and Lucy kind of have potentially bad blood with Maggie after last challenge, so
yeah.
It's kind of nice for us in the sense that if there was a tribe swap and we were on a tribe with Bailey or Lucy with other members of Ohana, we'd be all right because I'd imagine that Lucy and or Bailey, whoever would be with Maggie, would have a target on their back, and it would at least give us some time in our new tribes to kind of make the new connections we need to in order to actually solidify our place in the merge.
It's weird because there's more girls than guys. Like, it's only been guys voted off.
The fuck? Like, red team, you're stupid.
Weirdly enough, Maggie actually friended me on Facebook today. I don't know what that means, but apparently I haven't pissed her off too much. I helped her get up in the snow. Maybe she appreciated that, I don't know.
Yeah, Maggie hasn't friended me on Facebook. I'm a little salty about that chirp at the end of when they were getting their immunity last time, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So I trust you two, and you two are the only ones that know this. That I have Kevin's number, and I can talk to him to try and get info
That would be awesome.
for us.
She actually has a connection with Kevin just based on them being like the two leaders of our tribes, and like they've been texting and had a conversation once.
And I can try and like see if I can work with him if we want to be on his side for merge and whoever he's working with.
I'm just like, oh, well, you didn't tell him anything about like
our tribe, right? And she's like, I've tried not to. Girl.
I would just tell her about, oh, we're just like a really chill tribe and all that, and then I'm hearing all these things about family working out together. Like, absolutely absurd.
What you mean, I've tried not to?
And all the spicy little drama that's going on over there because they're all super close, and that's fascinating.
While, like, I kind of wanted to have it in maybe with somebody on Cerulean, I wanted to have it with somebody other than Kevin.
I've tried not to. Okay, can you explain what I've tried not to means?
It kind of makes me like kind of worry about her, and like there's definitely more to her that she's letting on.
I'm worried that she'll say something by accident, because like we asked her, like, have you told him anything? Like, she's like, oh, I've tried not to. And I'm like, okay, like that's not an answer. Like,
thank you for telling me all about this, about the way.
Have you? Like, what does he know?
Why the hell would you do that?
So at 9 o'clock, I'm sitting in my car that's parked right by Ross, and the clue comes out, and it basically says, Ohana is red, Cerulean is blue. Look beneath the stars, and you'll find more than just a clue. So instantly, like, there's one flag on campus that you think of, and that's the big flag on the diag. So I had my boots on, but there's some good traction, so I just immediately like slammed my door and just like sprinted all the way to the flagpole.
Are we sure we're the first ones there? Maggie, were you the first one? What? Were you the first one here? I just got here.
Matthew, I thought you were the guy from the other team who has that coat. That's why I was sprinting. Yeah. I was like, no.
Alright, so I looked for the idol again last night with my team, and you see this picture of Velma looking for her glasses? That's me looking for the idol!
I kind of look around like the flagpole, and then I look under this rock, and sure enough, there she was, hitting me the idol. And this time, I know that this is the real one, because I saw Maggie play this exact thing, not even like 5 days ago, so.
Oh God, this is so beautiful.
I found a little something today, under the flagpole.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
I knew you had it, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Let's go.
All the girls were kind of looking together, so like they might like know that if it's not out there, then it has to be somebody who like wasn't with them.
I think the options is keep it with us two, us add Sarah to it, or tell the five. Like those. I think those are the three options. The more people know about something, the less power it really has.
If it looks like maybe Sarah's in danger or something like that, or if maybe we're all gonna try, just see how everything turns out.
Jack kind of reminds me of a bird sometimes. Like, his hair is just like kind of wispy and like, I don't know. I can see him as being like, if he was an animal, he'd be like a little feathery bird or something.
So I feel like our team is, like, we're all pretty close except for like Chidi and AJ. I feel like they're kind of on the outskirts.
At first I was kind of surprised that they ranked, what's her name, Maddie, I think, is number 2. And I thought that was a bad play on their move, but I guess in the end it strategically worked out.
There's nothing personal against Bailey or Kevin, but I think Bailey plays the game a little with too much emotion. She kind of lets her emotions get to her, being the paranoia with Daniel that got him sent home, and just being the way like she was really rattled by Maggie in the challenge. So I think she's just a bit of an emotional player, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but that's not someone I want to necessarily work with because it's hard to cater to the ups and downs.
Didn't really feel like Bailey, I didn't even notice that Bailey was really giving any help until like the very end. I felt like it was pretty much just me versus Maddie and her other teammate.
I don't think AJ puts in any effort.
And with Kevin, I think he's just playing too hard. I think he doesn't know it, but I think everyone knows he has the idol.
Kevin has the idol, in my opinion.
So I think Kevin's overplaying. I think he reached out to AJ and told him to vote Daniel, even though we didn't need his number or his vote. So
He went at 9. The doors weren't locked and he could have used the Zim card to get in there. No way he doesn't have the idol. And then, like, why would he tell me about the idea of it being in the chem building if he didn't already know that he had it? Why would he give up the spot where it is unless he really thought he was good?
I think at some point he has a target on his back. I want to flush out the idol, and I think we have to do it at some point before he sees it coming.
Fam dinner, Ohana.
Minus Sam.
Minus Sam.
Minus Sam. Sam's at rehearsal? Band. I miss Daniel. I haven't talked to him since he was still here. We talked once. We went idol hunting. I will tell you that. We found nothing. Daniel
You and Daniel
did?
together?
Yeah.
What was their clue?
Oh, what was their clue? Okay, it doesn't matter because Kevin has the idol.
He does?
He does.
AJ?
What? How do you know?
What?
Wait, are you just Daniel? I needed this to be recorded so I can tell you guys in case we switch. Kevin has the idol. You were right.
How do you know that?
Because I ran into Kevin before we met for the scavenger hunt. And we're
Okay,
like,
yeah.
okay, let's like at least have some idea of how our tribes are going. So he ended up telling me he has the idol. He has the idol. So if we swap tonight and he gets put on the minority, we need to either work with him, whoever's with him, work with him.
Well, like the thing
Is there-
we do not want the idol to make it to the merge. So
No, we
honestly,
don't.
we should
Yeah.
psych him out and make him really think that we're betting for him as if we don't know he has the idol, like he forgot. And then that way he will play and we'll go somebody
And
else.
listen,
Is there any way
one
out?
of us gets in with him and tells him in secret that.
Yeah, we need to find him.
Here we are at Blue Lab.
At the Blue Lab, having a drink.
He's having a drink. I'm not of age, so it's fine.
Anyway, we're here to talk a little strategy before Tribal tomorrow. Mallory came to me with the idea of making a 4-person alliance of us two, Nick, and Lucy.
It sounds like AJ kind of wants to go home.
And so we basically have a tribe mate that's asking us to vote for them, but we're thinking that we should probably cover our bases and maybe vote for someone else because he might have the idol, who knows.
It's kind of a strange thing to do, to try and to ask for people to vote for you, so I guess it's hard to say what's going to happen. But we're just trying to play it safe unless he has an immunity idol, in which if everyone were to vote for him, then his vote would pick who goes home. So
We doubt that AJ has the idol, but you never know, it could happen. We're thinking that Kevin has it. Probably won't play it this week.
So Bailey just messaged everyone that she got hit by a car today. But she's okay and she's on crutches. But she can't get to the bus, so she needs a ride. She seems very nonchalant about it. So I feel like she's okay. I feel like maybe it's like a sprained ankle or something. I don't know.
Hey, it's Kevin again.
What's up, AJ?
Yeah. So I contacted you earlier in the week if you wanted to like talk about like how this tribal was gonna go initially, but then it turned into like your own little like opinion on how you want to play the game. So like you want to talk about that, I guess?
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I really haven't been putting in as much effort into Team Cerulean as some other people have, and I guess like it wouldn't be fair for someone else to be voted off from here rather than me, given that like this isn't really at the top of my priorities right now. So
Sure. Nice working with you. Hope you have a good time after Tribal, I guess.
Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate it.
Cool. Always Cerulean, dude.
Yeah.
Mallory and I discussed this last night. We're both voting for Chidi. In the off chance that AJ says, I want to go home, but he really has the idol and plays it, and then his vote's the only one that matters. So by voting 2 for Chidi, if that were to actually happen, AJ would just, or Chidi would go home instead of AJ's vote determining, a pivotal point for our tribe.
Alright, Cerulean, welcome back to your second tribal council. We'll get right to it.
Bailey, I'll start with you. The challenge got a little heated on Sunday. Talk me through that, and were there definitely emotions running high on both sides?
There definitely were emotions running high. I think that there was a lot of tension between both tribes, and then once you threw in like such a high contact physical aspect to the game, that everything kind of exploded. I didn't retaliate with the intention to just like stoop to Maggie's level. I just had enough of it, and like I didn't want to take her shit, and I certainly didn't want to have the rest of my tribe listening to Maggie's shit and just getting like berated by her. So I mean, I hope people see that it was like out of defense for like all of us, and not just because I decided I wanted to be catty or anything.
For me, I don't know if any lines really were crossed. I mean, it's part of the game. I'm sure she doesn't actually have burning hate towards us, but you know, at some point, some of the people here are gonna have to work with some of the people over there. So, you know, if feelings were hurt, at some point you're gonna have to forgive them if you want to go far in this game.
Kevin, what would you say you're basing your vote on tonight?
You know, at first I thought I was going to base this vote off of, you know, the amount of like capability and quality the tribe would have moving on. But then when conversations moved toward a tribe swap, I was starting to look into like your desire to play the game and how much effort you want to put into everything. So I took that into account and was like, you know, this is who I want to vote out because I want to be competing against the people who are committed to the game.
Mallory, would you definitely point to a couple individuals in particular who maybe haven't shown as much interest or time commitment?
I don't really think that this situation is a time where naming names in this situation is a good idea. I like the question though, Cooper. It's very controversial. I'm feeling it.
AJ, how do you think this vote's going to go tonight?
I definitely think time, the commitment, effort, and challenges is going to play a huge part in the vote tonight. Me personally, I guess I'm just going to base my vote on a combination of that, just capabilities going forward.
All right, then it is time to vote. Lucy, you're up first.
Fucking finally.
In the event that Kevin gave AJ his idol. Let's see what happens.
Especially wanted to vote off because I thought you did so good in the challenge.
All right, I'll go tally the votes. All right, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Cheating. Cheating. Nick. 2 votes Cheating. 1 vote Nick. AJ. 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 3 votes AJ, 2 votes Chidi, 1 vote Nick, 2 votes left. 4th person voted out of Survivor Michigan, Leaders Invest, AJ. Tonight that's enough. Come here, Coach. Try this way. Alright, and with that, Cerulean and Ohana now have even numbers. luck at your next challenge. Grab your stuff. Head on out.
So this was pretty much expected. I guess best of luck to Kevin and Mike. I think they have the potential to win it, and given that there might be a switch tonight, I think those are two best players going forward.
If you don't want to be here, I don't think anyone's going to argue with you on that. Who else wants to get voted off, so.
Next week on Survivor Mission. For today's challenge,